What's up, guys? Welcome back to the video. This video is going to be geared more towards people that are hitting up a skate park for the first time. So if that's you, continue watching this video. If it's not, hit that like button, share it with some friends that are actually going to the skate park for the first time. Alright, so you just came from Walmart or your local bike shop with a bike and you're hitting up the skate park for the first time. You never ever want to trust Walmart to build you a bike. They always leave everything loose. Now Matt is not riding a Walmart bike, but he's going to double check everything to make sure all of his bolts are nice and tight before he starts today's session. Alright, so what do you check out first before you ride?
I check out this whole area, the stem area, because it's crucial. Because without this stem, you're losing your front wheel. No matter how tight your front wheel is to your forks.
Your face is hitting the ground.
Yeah.
Nice and tight?
Ooh, see that? Loose bolt.
Yeah, that could have been real bad.
Next, if I can grab this front wheel, there is a bolt in here. It's not held on by a peg, guys.
Nice and tight.
Oh, yeah, that one's tight.
Both of them are nice and tight.
Yep.
Cool.
Now the back end, you don't have to worry about that. Trust it.
Now everything on Matt's bike was already previously tight before this video, but I want you guys to double check your bike. Now if you don't know anything about bike maintenance, make sure you look up a couple videos, or if you want me to do a video in the future, definitely drop a comment below. But in the meantime, find somebody who's educated on the topic and have them look over your bike for you. All right, so the first thing we're gonna learn today is how to properly bunny hop. We're gonna show you two different bunny hops. A two-tire bunny hop where both tires pop up off the ground at the exact same time, and the second one, which is actually what we all call a bunny hop, but a lot of people like to call a bronco, where the front tire comes up first and then you suck up the back wheel to make sure both wheels are elevated evenly off the ground. All right, let's see a regular bunny hop and then a proper bunny hop. All right, so to do both of these bunny hops, you want to try to keep both of your feet completely squeezed together as tight as you possibly can in order to get the crank arms to be stuck between your legs. What I mean by that is when you go to hop, you're pulling up with your arms and you want to pull the bike up with your legs as well. That's what you're doing to do the two tires at the exact same time. Now to do the straight bunny hop where you're doing front wheel up and then back wheel, that right there is going to be pulling your front wheel up almost to its peak, and then when you get to the peak, you're sucking your back wheel up while you pull the handlebars up to your chest. So you're going to use that same pinching technique that you did on the first bunny hop on the second bunny hop. You keep your feet pinched so your bike carries all the way up to the peak with you. Now once you've mastered one or both of those bunny hops, you want to take it to a different obstacle, such as this bank back here. Matt's going to try to bunny hop off of the top of the bank and land into the transition as smooth as he can. Now don't feel obligated to go to an obstacle like this right away. You want to make sure you're as dialed as you possibly can be with a bunny hop before you try to take it off of obstacles or into banks. All right, so the next one is actually going to be an endo. You don't need front brakes to do this. You just need to be able to suck your back wheel up. So after you've mastered that bunny hop, you'll understand the technique that I'm talking about clamping your feet together on the crank arms in order to get that back end to come up and leave your front end on the ground. All right, so the next one we're gonna do is a fakie. So right now, the fakie is gonna be the next trick you wanna learn in order to take it to the next step. The next trick we do after this. Matt's gonna show you how to do the fakie the proper way, but the first thing you wanna do is you wanna know which way you wanna spin. Now, if you watch Matt's head when he is faking, he is rotating the same direction that he would if he was to do an air and a quarter pipe when he's rolling out. So keep that in mind. Now, the fakie or any of these tricks might not come first, second, third, fourth, or even 10 tries. It might take an entire week or a month. Just don't give up. Come back to this video, keep watching, try to master the tricks, and always wear your helmet. That is also one of the biggest things you want to do. When you're coming to a skate park, you want to wear your helmet. Your brain is something you do not want to mess with when it comes to trying to reset, because it won't reset. All right, so this right here is going to be a little bit more advanced of an endo. We call this a nose press. Now you got to be able to do a fakie in order to be able to get out of this trick. And also, if you can picture yourself catching an egg. So if I was, let's just say 5 or 10 feet away from you and I threw an egg at you, you're not just going to try to catch it. You're going to try to step back and absorb the impact of it. So it's the same thing. When you're running your front wheel into the object, whether it be a wall or a ledge or a curb, you want to be able to absorb the impact. So you pop that back end up into an endo and then follow through with a fakie. All right, so after you master the nose press, this one's called a rock hop. It's kind of like a pressure hop. You pull your front wheel up on top of the object, whether it be a curb, a ledge, and then you pop your back wheel up on top of it with that same momentum. This one's a little bit harder because you got to keep that momentum going forward without casing your back wheel. That's the trick of this whole trick. The trick of this whole trick. Nice. All right, next thing up is the most sought after thing to do at a skate park. Go really fast at something and do a fly out. First thing you want to do is make sure both of your pedals are even. You don't want one up and one down because then you'll clip a pedal on the takeoff on the way out and you'll fall. Second thing you want to do is you want to make sure you have proper balance before you even go up the bank, because if you go up it a little bit sideways or angled, you're going to fall on takeoff as well. So when you're going towards the lip, you want to make sure you have proper balance. You don't want to be angled one way or the other way when you're going up the bank, because that in turn will make you turn off of the bank and fall, and that won't feel good at all. Matt actually went straight at it, took off, landed straight, and that's what you want to do. And then as you get more and more confident and you land it every single try, you want to go at it with a little more speed and a little more speed, and then you watch another how-to video on how to do tricks out of the fly out. Now this one's a fun one. You want to make sure you have that balance like I said there on the fly out. You want to be able to also have the proper air pressure in order to do this one. This one's going to be one of your favorite tricks to possibly do all over the streets and at every single skate park. This one right here is called the firecracker. All it is just ride your bike down the stairs. Make sure you're gripping those handlebars really tight, as well as pinching those feet to those crank arms, because with the reverberations of the steps, your hand or your feet could blow off at any time. But once you execute and ride down, it feels so cool. All right guys, I hope you're able to take something from this little basics how-to video, but if there's anything I didn't cover, drop them in the comments below. If there's any other how-to videos or session videos or will it ride videos or anything of that nature, put those in the comments. If you like this video, drop a like. If you love it, hit the subscribe button, and I'll catch you in the next one.